back-to-back games for the first time. Seahawks won the toss, deferred to the second half. Isaac Guerendo gets an opportunity here in the return game and breaks out of a tackle, takes it across the 25.
He's efficient. He can throw it down the field. There's really nothing in this Shanahan offense he's not in complete control of.
Toss it to Christian McCaffrey, his second game back. And boy, so much for the soft open with him.
Number 71 at left tackle, because as you mentioned, with Kittle out, that would have been a big blow.
Purdy's first throw of the day is for Deebo Samuel. Went down to get it and immediately was stopped by Josh Jobe. Brock Purdy, who threw for a season-high 353 last week, goes outside for Juwan Jennings, close to the marker, defended by Reek Woolen. And they're going to spot him a little bit short, 4th and 1. D. Williams, the fair catch. And Seattle ready for its first drive of the day.
Run game, under center play pass. They've got to be better on early downs.
It is Kenneth Walker on first down, and behind a different looking offensive line. You were talking about that O-line.
In with a more efficient run game. And
you got Jordan Elliott jumping off sides here.
Encroachment, defense number 92. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Saw the first-year offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb, not just first-year OC for the Seahawks, but his first year in the NFL, coming from the University of Washington. First throw is to Tyler Lockett, and the 10-year veteran has a first down near midfield.
To go along with Smith and Jigba and Lockett, it's as good a trio as in the league.
Play action. Smith looking deep, lets it fly. DK Metcalf can't pull it in. Covered by D. Winters. 49ers defense improving, coming off its best game, just a little more than 200 yards against Tampa Bay last week. There's Lockett again, stopped by Renardo Green. Fake to Charbonnet. Smith zips one, first down, Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Just a simple wrap concept. The tight end, A.J. Barner, he's just going to sit down in front of the weak hook player, and it's just a simple read for Geno Smith. If that linebacker doesn't get enough depth, they're not typically great on opening possessions. This is a good early sign.
Yeah, they're trying to find the end zone on the first drive for the first time all year. That is a back shoulder throw that's broken up. A.J. Barner couldn't hang on to it as Renardo Green jarred it out of there.
Playing with the lead affects the entire game flow.
Kenneth Walker off the left side. Stiff arm to get free for a moment, but no gain as he's dropped by Malik Mustafa. Smith in trouble. Smith is sacked. Bosa and Floyd combining, and it's 4th down.
He has to help Abe Lucas here on the right side. No one comes. Charbonnet's got to take that edge of Bosa off. He cannot allow him. He's got to be out here on the edge. Push Bosa way upfield and let Geno Smith. He's going to have his hands full one-on-one. Got to do a better job helping him.
So that sack makes this a long one for Jason Myers, 52, and he's got enough. 49ers to get it again. Guerendo from the goal line. And San Francisco to start at the 29-yard line. Niners begin the drive with McCaffrey looking for room off the left side. He's pulled down from behind by Leonard Williams after a short gain. This offense, Greg,
I'm going to use it.
2nd and 8. Purdy does drop back. Now it takes off. Brock Purdy has a first down with his legs. Stopped by Ernest Jones after 9. First down of the day for the Niners, and now play action. Over the middle, Juwan Jennings. First down into Seahawks territory.
Stay both between 11 personnel with 3 wide receivers, and then also go to more of their big personnel with 2 wide receivers. The ascension of Juwan Jennings. And when you ask Kyle Shanahan, he goes, I'm not surprised. He goes, I knew he could do this. He just happened to be playing behind really good players with Brandon Ayuk and on our team.
He's taken over that key X spot with Ayuk lost for the year. McCaffrey, not a lot there. Stopped at the line of scrimmage by the rookie Byron Murphy. We can make up for that in the passing game, but in the run game, he's indispensable. There's McCaffrey again with a short gain. Statistical evidence for that? On 3rd and 5, Seahawks bring some pressure. It's picked up, and Purdy zips one through there for Jennings and a first down. Jordan Mason comes in, replaces Christian McCaffrey. Carried the load the first couple months of the season with McCaffrey out, and he did a lot of this. Gain of 8 for Jordan Mason. 2nd and 2. Here comes Mason, and he's got a first down.
This is important. It's a big element for Mike McDonald. He's stressed all week. Red zone defense.
Purdy over the middle finds Jennings. Jennings finally dropped at the 10. On 2nd and 5. Purdy in rhythm underneath Deebo Samuel. Right near the markers. Stopped by Julian Love and Ernest Jones.
Saulbert to tight end and a jumbo on the backside.
Bootleg. Purdy chased by Maffei. Trips and falls, and he's down back at the 11.
In the flat. They're going to try to pop McCaffrey. Fast flow into the flat. Jawan Jennings is the crack player on the edge and was really well defended. Right before the play, they're going to run him off the field.
Bringing an extra man out of the secondary here, and Purdy runs away from it. One-on-one to the pylon, a dive! He is in for the touchdown! No turf monster that time. Just a touchdown for Brock Purdy.
So they have a great defense called. Mike McDonald dials up. They get double team on Christian McCaffrey, and he brings Witherspoon off the slot. But Hall, he needs to set the edge of the pocket. Anytime pressure comes away, you know where the escape hatch of the quarterback is. Derek Hall, number 58, he's got to set that pocket and not let Brock Purdy escape.
Holding for Jake Moody. Won the game after the 3 early misses last week. Get this season rolling here, week 11. It's touchback.
They've got to be better up front.
Kenneth Walker. Got a few. Bring this first quarter to a close. 2nd down, coming out of the quarter change. Toss to the sideline, and DK Metcalf. Out of the eye on 3rd and short, and they feed it to Zach Charbonnet, who's got a first down. Well, you asked him when we talked to him earlier this week.
They got to handle business.
Walker straight ahead. Broke a tackle. Stiff arm to break another. Kenneth Walker into San Francisco territory.
There's a lot that they can do now with the space they can create with their other weapons.
All kinds of cushion over him, too. Now 4 choices on that side. They open the field up over here for DK Metcalf. And he's limited to a short game by Isaac Yiadom. 2nd and 5, and the snap is through Smith's hands. Juggles and recovers, but back at the 40. Charbonnet tripped up near midfield. Lenore the tackle.
It's impossible to overcome.
Michael Dixon, one of the best in the league, sends a bullet down there towards the goal line. That is spectacular, but into the end zone. That close. McCaffrey motions across, takes the fake. Purdy sets up. Coverage downfield tight. Extends the play. Juszczyk with a grab at the 25. Got a touchdown using them. 7 for 7. Couple of those completions like that, using the legs to buy time. On 2nd and 5, clean pocket, tipped in the air and intercepted. Jonathan Hankins, 12-year veteran.
Devin Witherspoon, his ability to play both outside and now in here in the slot, matched up against McCaffrey. You think back to that week 6 matchup without Reek Woolen, Devin Witherspoon never really played inside. They thought that was a big miss back in week 6, and he is physical, he's long, he's athletic.
And the Seahawks in business from the 29 in San Francisco territory. Charbonnet, nowhere to go.
As low as possible and keep it in the 20s.
2nd and 10, Smith to throw. Well protected. Nobody comes open though, throws it away. Good coverage from San Francisco, 3rd and 10. 4-man rush. Still gets there!
So the tackle comes upfield. That's Gross Matos. Leonard Floyd comes behind. And as Laken Tomlinson and Charles Cross, the left guard and the left tackle, you see Cross, he just loses his footing as Gross Matos comes inside. And
instant replay of the first drive, setting up a long field goal, and it is good. Myers chips it down there short. Mason boots it. Knocked out of bounds, but it's just yet another example of sloppy special teams play from the 49ers. McCaffrey struggles to get back to the line of scrimmage. McCaffrey again, straight downhill, nowhere to run. Once again, it's shut down. Ernest Jones plugged his nose in there. Some belief coming out of the way they played. On 3rd and long, Purdy steps up. Purdy again trying to extend with his legs. He'll use the pump fake to get a first down. He got Job off his feet and then turned the corner.
He does a nice job setting the edge. Purdy tried to escape to the right, and he couldn't. But now Job, you've got to keep your feet on the ground. You never elevate. No, it's actually Okada. You never, number 39, you never elevate. You can put your hands up on the pump fake. It's a great example why.
That has a 100% success rate in football history.
Whether you're beyond the line of scrimmage or not.
It doesn't matter how far either. Here's McCaffrey. Keeps his balance near midfield. Pretty sore after last week. The notion of fresh legs, probably false. Said they might not be beat up, but it's going to take me a while before those legs feel like they're in game shape.
False start. Offense. Number 65. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
The defensive coordinators have to ask themselves.
Blitz coming here. They throw right into it, and that's Eric Saubert getting his shot today with Kittle out. Right close to the marker. Purdy ducks under center. Everybody loaded up inside. It's a jet sweep for Deebo Samuel, and he's got a first down. Deebo Samuel, whose biggest headline last week was that minor altercation with the long snapper and Tabor Pepper.
Try to get a man zone read here with the motion.
Seahawks being aggressive, bringing extra man. Purdy over the middle. There he is again. It's Jennings. Did he hang on? He did for a first down against Witherspoon. Just outside of 3 minutes in this first half. Fake to McCaffrey. Deep drop, short throw. Juszczyk for 6.
I don't love getting 3-4 a clip. I want the big ones.
Back to the ground here, and McCaffrey. Good surge this time, and a first down for San Francisco. Over the right side, Cooney and McKivitz paving the way. 1st and 10 from the 34. Again, the Seahawks bringing pressure. Flags fly.
False start. Offense. Number 68. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Here before half.
3rd penalty of this drive has made it 1st and 15. Purdy is sacked from behind by Draymond Jones.
And now Mike McDonald, he's going to take a timeout and now try to take advantage of this 2nd and real long. Working on the top on the right side against the right tackle, Colton McKivitz. Tough 2 plays in a row. It was McKivitz who jumped on first down. This is by far the best this defensive unit has played, and they needed it.
2nd down, very long. Purdy's arm hit as he throws, and the pass rush again making an impact. It was Draymond Jones who just got the sack that was there with Mafe collapsing that pocket, and it's 3rd and 23.
You don't want to allow them to keep both these timeouts.
Purdy looked to throw quickly, and then it's knocked down. It was Mafe crossing the field to get ahead of Samuel there. They're going to wind up punting from out near midfield.
And look at Mafe. He pushes, and then he settles, and now he understands. He just reads the eyes of Purdy and gets in that window.
Giving up less than 100 yards. I beg your pardon, 130 yards total. Had that off, but still, point remains that it's been an excellent first half of defense for the Seahawks.
In this possession, something easy here.
Emptied out with the motion from Charbonnet. This is not easy. That's Smith and Jigba on the sideline. A tough throw as Smith was leaning back, getting hit.
2 timeouts. Smith and Jigba been a little quiet, coming off probably the best game of his career. Question is, was that left foot?
Still nothing. And they play on. It's a draw for Kenneth Walker at a hole initially, now reverses field and gets out of bounds. A minute 28, 2 timeouts. Smith lets it rip for Metcalf. Perfect timing and a perfect throw working against Renardo Green.
In the entire league, I mean, he can generate throws downfield as good, if not better, than anybody.
False start. Offense. Number 75. 5-yard penalty. First down.
1st and 15 after the penalty. Underneath here for Smith and Jigba, who got belted right away by Diamador Lenore.
In the same series.
2nd down, 12. Deep drop. Pressure coming. Dumped off for Charbonnet. Pulled down from behind by Bosa.
Just look at the effort here by Bosa.
Their second timeout.
Just retracing. They call that coming out of the stack.
Seconds on the game clock, please.
Use their last timeout. If it's not something past the first down chain, he's got to keep this clock running.
Flags down as he hits across in Metcalf. He needs the 48 in Niners territory for a first down. He's not going to get it, but was this a free play?
Offside. Defense number 97. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Niners rush just 4. Well protected is Smith. Underneath he goes Barner. Lowers the shoulder, but the 49ers rally and stop him short. And now some extracurricular after the play. Walker there with Mustafa. Flags flying from everybody that's got one. Yeah, it's worth the effort, but that play clock winds down and out, and San Francisco doesn't budge.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
All right, so the punt team comes out. Dixon to send it away to Cowing, who's muffed a couple. Had a career best 30-yarder last week. He's got a chance here. Jacob Cowing spins to the 25. From the 24-yard line, 24 seconds, 1 timeout. Purdy will look to throw it. Lofting one for Jennings, who can't get there with a dive. Covered by Josh Jobe, 2nd and 10. There's a flag, though, in the backfield.
Illegal use of hands. Defense, number 53. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Boye Mafe, 15-year veteran. One of the best that's ever done it. Only 3 men rush this time. Tighter windows, and one of the tightest is where Purdy goes. Witherspoon the coverage. Draw play from McCaffrey. Close to a first down. Under 10 seconds, though.
It's been a tight matchup.
All right, here we go. Final play of this half. Deebo Samuel is going to cross midfield, and that will do it as Witherspoon rips him down. Through the first half today, Moody sends it away. And it's a line drive kick that's juggled and then brought out by Kenny McIntosh. And McIntosh struggles to get to the 15-yard line. Second half begins from the 15 with a Kenneth Walker run. Walker reversing field. Nothing there. Jair Brown the tackle.
And just keep getting healthy, but they've been playing better as of late.
Smith to throw it. Over the middle behind Barner. Coverage from Mustafa. Niners trying to get pressure with 4. Smith uses his legs to keep it alive. Lets it go. It is intercepted. He threw it right to him. Isaac Yiadom the pick.
This 3-play sequence sums up the Seahawks season. Run for nothing on first down. Second down incomplete. And then Geno Smith just trying to make a play that's not there. Jackson Smith and Jigba is trying to come back towards Geno, and he just airmails it.
This offense without George Kittle, just 152 of offense in the first half. Toss for McCaffrey, waits for something to develop. And Christian McCaffrey crosses the 20, one of his best runs of the day.
And the stress it puts on the defense.
Takes the fake here. It's Purdy throwing incomplete with the pressure right in his face from Tyrese Knight, so 3rd and 1.
McCaffrey takes his simple pass and picks up 9.
He's got it on 3rd and 1 here, and he's got a first down. Doesn't have a catch today, but he's carried it 11 times.
That's a tall task.
The difference in this game to this point is the 49ers finished off their first red zone trip with a touchdown. Flag down as Purdy runs inside the 10. And there's an injured 49er at the end of the play, too.
Number 65, 10-yard penalty, first down.
1st and 20 after that penalty. There's another flag as they swing it outside to McCaffrey. He's got room with a good block right there from Eric Saubert, but we'll see what the flag is.
At the bottom of the screen.
Illegal formation offense. The tackle was left uncovered.
The mixed-in self-inflicted negatives hurt these drives.
McCaffrey with his first catch that will stand. NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl for the last 5 years. Purdy steps up and takes off. He's done a lot with his legs today. And, you know, 49ers fans and Kyle Shanahan holding their breath right there as he takes off into a crowd. 3rd and 15, 2 to snap it. They get it off. Underneath there is McCaffrey, but needed a lot more than that. Reek Woolen brings him down.
Again, a good red zone stop for Seattle.
What an adventure it was last week for Moody, who's going to start it off right this time. Touchback down to the field. Here's Payne. Fake to Walker. Play action on first down, but a sack as Bosa gets there for his 2nd today.
They give a nice chip there from Farrell Brown, and Abe Lucas again just
6 years in the NFL. He's limited in practice this week. He's still been able to get there for 2 sacks today. Here's Walker. Stopped by Campbell. This time he's well protected. That is Metcalf over the top of Yadam. Seattle goes for 29 yards.
Yeah, and when he threw it, I thought Yadam was going to have another pick. Just somehow gets enough air on the ball to allow DK Metcalf to kind of separate going backward. Nice job getting his feet down, but it's a risky 3rd down pass.
First game back for Metcalf after missing those 2 games of the knee issue. He's got his 4th catch, his biggest one. Bosa's still out of the game. They run the screen to Barner. And A.J. Barner, the rookie tight end, with a solid first down gain. 2nd and 4. Smith wants it all with Lockett. Great coverage from Lenore. Look for it all right here. And they've got it. Smith and Jigba. First down inside the 35. From the 31, they'll throw again. Smith steps up. Metcalf against Warner.
Spoke to him after pregame warm-ups.
Here's Walker off the left side. Kenneth Walker near the sticks. Spunked out by Brown.
Still not great.
There was enough for a first down. Smith finds Smith and Jigba. Smith and Jigba inside the 5. 1st and goal for the Seahawks.
You see this at the college level so often. It's a little more of a challenge. Just going to use tear motion with Walker to expand the defense. And then just the underneath tunnel screen. Nice job there. Right guard, number 75, getting out in front.
Here's Walker dancing, looking for space, and taking it inside the 1. Playing fullback. It's Walker, left side, and in for the Seattle touchdown and the lead.
This Seattle offense, it's just power. They're going to pull the backside guard. Bradford, and then there's some penetration inside. Nice job there by Kenneth Walker, just taking it one more gap wide and at the goal line. That's a big answer by this Seahawks offense.
A drive that is kind of a microcosm of Geno Smith's career.
Obviously, Bosa, his ability to generate one-on-one pressure. Big story to follow here the rest of this game.
Yeah, it's saying something because they already blitz less than just about any team in the NFL. Good to see Juszczyk back in there, as Pam reported. And here comes Christian McCaffrey on the first play of the drive for a short gain. They just have not been able to hit those big plays that you know San Francisco for. And they hope for the rest of this season. It's finally started to take shape how they want it to be. As Jennings has the catch for a first down. Juwan Jennings has been their top guy today. That's his 6th catch. Key pieces they're trying to live without. Blitz comes, it's picked up. It gives Purdy time. He checks it down, and McCaffrey dives ahead for a first down.
He's really stepped up in Ayuk's absence.
On the toss, McCaffrey. Had a good job reading that one right there by Ernest Jones.
He waits for him to get vertical on his cut, and just really good linebacker play.
Purdy sneaks his way through. That thing looked doomed, and he was able to get 4 yards out of it. It's a handoff to McCaffrey, and they gash him straight ahead for a first down. Look at a shot out of a cannon there. 8 yards per rush himself. He's got their long touchdown today. Bootlegs into a blitzing Witherspoon, who hit his arm, and it's incomplete. He's made his impact all over the place in this game. A tip ball that led to an interception.
Be able to match both inside and out in the pass.
5th pick of the draft last year, living up to it today. Here comes Samuel looking for the edge. Julian Love there to shut him down.
Head coaches, they just rave about him. Not only the on-field play, but the communication, his ability to get guys set in the backfield, the leadership. Man, he's probably one of the more underrated pieces. He's highly valued inside that building in Seattle.
Right on the edge of Jake Moody's field goal range on this 3rd down. Purdy giving time, a perfect throw, and it's Juwan Jennings continuing his big day. Probably his biggest catch yet, converting 3rd and long.
That's incredible.
Now it's McCaffrey. Defender right in his face immediately, and then crunched near the line of scrimmage. Seattle was all over that play.
To Juwan Jennings.
Swing it outside McCaffrey. He's got some space. He's got some blockers, and he's close to a first down.
Got to imagine he's going to give himself 4th and understand how valuable this is down here this close.
Right back to McCaffrey, and he leans forward, stopped by Jones, but there's a flag in the backfield.
On Jake Brendel.
Offense, number 64. 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
All right, so it's 3rd and long again. This has been where Juwan Jennings has lived today.
They got nobody here at the top of the screen.
Looking in his direction, Jennings again fighting for the sticks, breaking tackles, and getting a first down. What fight from Juwan Jennings.
Getting lined up. You can see the back safeties. There was nobody out on the widest defender. It's one-on-one man coverage in the slot. At the point of contact, when Job hits him, he's about 4 yards short of that first down. But how many times have we said today, Joe, just he's physical, he's big. It doesn't always look perfect. He's been the difference in this game offensively for San Francisco. There's no doubt.
3rd catch of this drive. Purdy on 1st and goal. Whips it outside. McCaffrey's inside the 5 and bumped out by Jones. So on a day where they don't have George Kittle, on 2nd and goal. Fake to McCaffrey. Bootleg Purdy. Wide open, guess who? Juwan Jennings. It had to be Jennings to finish this drive.
Eye candy in the backfield. You're going to see Trent Williams. They're not even going to block Reed, number 90. He's going to sell the run and just get out there. We were just talking about Love. He has Jennings man to man. He just peeks in the backfield thinking McCaffrey's going to get it, and it makes sense that he gets the touchdown following that possession.
It's his 4th catch of the drive. That includes 2 massive. Get the same tone. It's like, geez, oh, Pete, this is hard to defend.
It is hard to defend, and when you have wide receivers that are able to block, it just gets that much harder.
Oh, a touchback, and now this. On the end zone for the first time today. They'll need to do so again. 9.5 left, down 4. They start the drive with a Kenneth Walker run for a few.
In the absence of their best defender.
Smith and Jigba, jet sweep. Can he get the blocks? Got a couple to get a first down. 3 straight runs to begin this drive. Walker can't get going. Lenore pushed him out.
In these formations.
And it is off play action. Smith for Metcalf. Stopped by Green, 3rd down. Draw play on third down. It's Walker with room, but stopped from behind. Okwuonu got off his block and grabbed the hold of his ankle. Fourth down and short.
Little T-back formation.
Walker looking for the outside, and he's got it for a first down. Pack everybody inside and then run outside. Charbonnet. Stopped by Floyd. Second and 9. Back to the air. Smith retreating. Smith floating. Sideline. Smith and Jigba's got it. It's a quarterback sneak, and he's toppled, falling right to the sticks.
You need all three to get the ball back.
Handed off. Charbonnet. I don't know. That 49ers defense puts up a wall. I'm not sure that he got it.
You run into a brick wall.
So the 49ers have it. 3:55 to go. All three timeouts for Seattle. And McCaffrey has a first down run to begin this drive. Well, Mike Pereira, what was your take on those couple spots there? Right back to McCaffrey. Hole plug this time by Ernest Jones. Flag, though, in the secondary.
Holding. Defense, number 97. 5-yard penalty added on to the run. It's an automatic first down.
McCaffrey, his 19th carry today. It's going backwards. There's several Seahawks over there to slow him down. Derek Hall get credit for the tackle, along with Kobe Bryant. The other all packed in there again, same numbers, and it is play action. Purdy throws high and incomplete. Deebo Samuel crossing the field there, defended by Woolen. You can guess where he's looking. 15's been the man today. It's him again, but he's stopped right away. Keeps his footing, and Kobe Bryant pushes him out of bounds. Seahawks got 9 guys in the sprinter's box there coming after this. O'Donnell sends it away and drops it into the end zone. So a touchback. Geno Smith, who's put him on his back so many times this year. Looking outside. DK Metcalf. Perfect strike between the 1 and the 4. Working against Renardo Green. Walker out of the backfield. Solid first down gain. Bumped out by Mustafa. Can they get a pass rush? Bosa out of the game. They bring 4. It's thrown quickly and blown up by Devondre Campbell.
Fred's probably one of the best linebackers in football.
Underneath again and a first down. Smith and Jigba splitting the defense and bringing this to the 2-minute warning. Geno Smith. Smith and Jigba. Tumbling catch, crossing the 50.
Quite feel good about the depth of the coverage, and nice job there by Smith and Jigba getting open.
Looking his way again. Now Metcalf can't get it. And it's third down coming up.
On his front 4 minus Bosa.
Just those front 4 again. Still able to get there. Smith on the move. Finds Smith and Jigba. Threaded it through there for a first down gain of 16.
He just got that one inside Fred Warner. One of the best players in football. Fresh set of downs.
From the 34. Again, just 4 rush. This time they're able to make some noise. Leonard Floyd the sack.
It's just starting to wear down here on the right side. It's a lot of dropbacks, a lot of pass pro, and this is where your pass rush can end games.
Seattle's got to have a touchdown. Smith scans the field and now runs, and Geno Smith with speed, sliding with a first down near the 20.
And Bosa can just,
their third.
All he can do is look on.
Timeout.
Better job here. Kenneth Walker gives a nice chip on Leonard Floyd. Slows down that edge pressure. Again, Abe Lucas, right tackle, playing his first game action in almost a year. I'd imagine these linemen, they're tired. It's a lot of drop back pass. His tight end expecting them to bring 5 or 6.
And they do, for the first time, bring somebody extra. That leaves Smith and Jigba open. Breaks the tackle to Campbell and gets 8. Down to 30 seconds. Under 20. Smith back to throw. Smith takes off. Geno Smith, end zone ahead. Touchdown Seattle! With 12 seconds, Geno Smith again puts the Seahawks on his back. And Seattle's got the lead.
Just look how many guys there are in coverage. Just so much depth, and the second he's able to get up and escape the pocket, look at this void, but now everyone's got their backs turned, and Geno just makes a mad dash for that front pylon, and it was all but over.
Now the picture of resilience, the picture of toughness throughout his career, and we mentioned it earlier, today feels like a bit of a microcosm of that. Didn't have anything going in the first half. He throws the bad interception early in the second half.
It's remarkable. They go 80 yards with the game on the line. It's been a little bit of a struggle the entire game offensively, and then
one from 59 yards. They need to get close to the 40 for that.
And they do the opposite.
Wow. So here we go. Purdy throws quickly. Deebo Samuel hit right away. That's an interesting play call. 7 seconds, no timeouts. Last hope here for the 49ers. Purdy steps up and throws, has Samuel crossing. Turns around, tosses it back to a lineman with a flag down, and then it's taken away by Seattle and Derek Hall. Yeah, we'll see what the flag is, but it looks like this is going to do it.
Yeah, it's going to be offensive pass interference.
That penalties decline the game.
The Seahawks with a last-minute drive from Geno Smith keep their playoff hopes alive. A road win in Santa Clara.